Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cybersecurity Meg, and as always, I'm super stoked that you're here. Today, though, I'm not talking about cybersecurity. Shocker, as evidenced by the title of the video. I have recently been a little bit more vocal and opening up about my weight loss journey on Twitter and Instagram, my social medias. And a lot of people showed interest in wanting to know about the journey, how I lost the weight, how I've managed to keep it off, how I feel, all those different things. And I finally felt brave enough to sit down and tell you guys about it. So here I am. I hope it helps you guys in some kind of way. So if you don't know me already from my cybersecurity videos, hi, my name's Meg. I work in cybersecurity doing incident response. And some of my background about my weight is that I have pretty much my entire life, other than a few years when I was a teenager. I'm turning 26 years old this week. I've been overweight pretty much ever since I can remember. It was always a struggle. I was always self-confident. I remember going into dressing rooms and just not finding anything that fit and standing there crying my eyes out, feeling ugly, feeling like none of the guys liked me or found me attractive. Yeah, that's basically my memories growing up, being like in middle school and high school and a lot of college. When I was in my late teenage years, probably like 14 through 18, those were my most active. I'm a second degree black belt in martial arts. So I was doing martial arts, obsessively. I was absolutely enamored with it. And that was the last time I was super healthy or I was really active. Unfortunately, when I was 17 or 18, I can't remember, I was diagnosed with a really rare brain condition. And I ended up having really invasive brain surgery to try to help alleviate some of the symptoms of it. And due to that, I had to quit doing martial arts. It was just too dangerous with my brain being the way that it is. And that is kind of where I see the demise of Meg and my health and my weight. I feel like after going through that, I really lost a passion. It was my outlet, martial arts. It was how I was active, and it was really all I did to be active. And when it was taken away from me and I didn't have the ability to really do it anymore to the ability that I used to do it at, it just kind of killed it for me, any desire that I had to be active. So yeah, that's a little bit of background. I'm turning 26 years old in a couple of days on January 15th. I don't know when I'm posting this. And some of my stats, because I know you guys are going to ask, you're probably curious. At my heaviest, I don't know what my heaviest is because I wasn't, frankly, like many overweight people. I didn't really want to know most of the time. I just kind of tried to avoid knowing. But what I can remember when I started the journey weighing myself, I think I was 220 pounds, which to say that now is scary. A lot of people have asked for before and after photos. I'll likely try to share those at some point. I might put it into the video if I feel comfortable with it. If I do, you'll see it here. If it's not here, that meant that I just wasn't brave enough to share those yet. So please forgive me. And you're probably wondering, how much weight have I lost? It's in the title of the video. I haven't weighed myself in a couple of weeks, but I'm pretty sure I've lost 85 pounds now. I'm down to about 135, I want to say. And yeah, so 220 to roughly 135, give or take a few pounds, since I haven't weighed myself. And I am roughly like 5'2.5", almost 5'3". Got to get that extra half-inch in there. So that's how tall I am. And yeah, those are my stats. So you're probably also wondering, do you want to lose more weight? Well, I don't really know. I like how I look right now. I feel like my physical fitness is some of the best it's ever been in my life. However, upon talking to, like my personal trainer I used to have and doctors, etc., I will likely lose a bit more weight, maybe 15 pounds. to get down to 120. It's a perfectly healthy and normal weight for someone of my stature and size. So that's kind of the goal and where I'm heading. But at the same time, I'm also doing a lot of strength training and lifting. So of course, muscle weighs more than fat. So if I end up, gaining a few pounds or being a bit above 120, but I've got that super toned and like, oh, she got muscle physique, then I'd be really happy with that. So if you see me looking down, I made a list on my phone of things to talk about. And yeah, so basically, how did I get to 220 pounds? I really don't know, to be honest. Like I mentioned, having that health issue with my brain and that taking away my ability to do martial arts, that was a huge discouragement for me. It really messed up my momentum and being healthy and active. But other than that, I've struggled with weight loss my entire life up until about a year and some change ago. How did I lose the weight? That's one of the most common questions. Meg, how did you lose the weight? And I lost the weight from a combination of a ton of different things, but I'd say the most prominent thing is from finally committing to being healthy, to making it a lifestyle, forgiving myself, not saying I'll start next Monday, being consistent, finally taking control of wanting to feel good and not feel limited by how much I weighed and what I could do, and eating healthy, of course, and a lot of exercise. So I'll touch on that more in depth throughout, but that's kind of the gist of it. So how long did it take me to lose the weight? I think it's been maybe like 14 months, but I'll tell you that a majority of the weight, probably 50 pounds out of the 85, has been lost in about the last 6 or 7 months. It was in May of 2021 where I really, really got serious about the weight loss. I hired a personal trainer in June of 2021, which I realize is just totally a byproduct of having privilege and having the ability to spend that money to get a personal trainer. And I know that's out of reach for a lot of people, but if you have the ability, that was something that really jump-started my ability to be losing weight. Because what would happen is I would go to the gym and I would have no idea what to do. I was so uncomfortable. I was not confident. I felt shy. I would look at the machines other than the treadmill and be like, how do I use that? What does that do? Oh, that thing looks, looks like it could help, but I have no idea how many reps I should do. And of course you can Google it. Of course you can watch YouTube videos, but having someone instill confidence in you that's a professional, like a personal trainer who's certified, that was something that really kickstarted it for me. My personal trainer was absolutely amazing. Shout out to Teresa if she ever watches this. She became more than just a personal trainer. She became a really good friend to me. She supported me, encouraged me, pushed me, really challenged me to be my best. And so I attribute a lot of my ability to be consistent and my weight loss to her. So, hiring a personal trainer was fantastic for me. I realized though that's not something that everyone has the ability to do, but if you can, I highly recommend it. So yeah, hiring a personal trainer, that was something that I did to help become more confident in the gym. I only worked with my personal trainer one-on-one, I want to say for about 3 months. I think I was meeting her twice a week for a 1 hour. So 2 hours per week. And then I would also go to the gym, of course, by myself and utilize what she taught me in the gym by myself. So I think I was going to the gym 5 to 7 days a week, usually for about an hour to an hour and a half per day. I was going pretty hard. I was really determined. I still am really determined. And I've done that consistently since the June timeframe. Now it's January. I've had a few things happen, where I went on a holiday trip outside of my state, and it's not so easy, of course, to exercise because you're out of your environment, blah, blah, blah. But I've remained pretty consistent throughout. I haven't had anything happen where I've had like a huge jump back up in weight. So I'm really happy with my ability to do that so far. So other than going to the gym, how did I lose the weight in terms of food? Because people are always asking about food, and you're also probably going to ask about loose skin, which is another huge, another huge thing everyone asks about. I started trying to eat healthier and incorporating more vegetables and fruits, and making my favorite meals more healthy was something that really, really helped me. So for instance, I love tacos, but tacos aren't necessarily the healthiest when it comes down to all the carbs and sodium that are in like tortilla chips or cheese and the fat and sour cream and blah blah blah. So instead of, using tortilla chips, what I've started doing is making this taco salads without any tortillas, and using ground turkey that's very lean instead of using beef or using grilled chicken, using low fat or fat free sour cream, putting a lot of vegetables inside of the taco salad, like cutting up a lot of bell peppers, a lot of tomatoes, and basically just finding the elements within my favorite dishes that aren't necessarily so healthy or great for my body, and replacing them with something that still tastes really good, but it's much better and more fueling for my body and has better benefits for my body. So that's something that I really have worked hard to do. I love blueberry muffins, for instance. But if you look at the like instant, not instant, but the box blueberry muffins, they're so not good for you. There's so much sugar, like so many other bad things. So if you just do a simple Google of healthier alternative blueberry muffin recipes, I'm sure you'll find a ton, and I did too. So that's something that I really worked hard on. I also worked really hard to reduce my portions. Instead of eating like 3 tacos, eat 1 taco and see how you feel. So I find that a big change I've made is that when I was not a very healthy person, I would go and fill up my plate and just like stuff it full of food, right? And then I would feel obligated to eat it. But now the change that I make is I get a little bit of what I want. I go sit down, eat it, and then I kind of evaluate, how does my body feel? Am I full? Do I need more food? And if I do, then I go get more food, because it's perfectly normal to keep eating when you're hungry. But oftentimes what I find is I'm not hungry, and I used to eat so much because I would put so much onto my plate and then I felt obligated to eat it. And that was a game changer for me. Listening to my body, learning to listen to my hunger cues, knowing when I'm full, that was something that really helped me. Now I don't feel obligated to eat just because it's dinner time. If I'm not hungry, then I'm probably not going to eat. Obviously taking into account that I've eaten enough to fuel my body for the day, right? So that's something that I really had to work on. And now it's just become second nature for me. I don't want to feel that bloated, full, stuffed feeling. It just makes me so uncomfortable, and it's not a feeling that I enjoy. And looking back, it was something that I was feeling all the freaking time. So, oftentimes people also ask, what are your biggest tips for losing weight? And there are so many videos out there that talk about losing weight, and more importantly, maintaining weight once you've lost it and not putting it back on. I think some of the things that have really helped me, I have them written down again, are treating myself with the same kindness that I would give to my best friend if she were on a weight loss journey. Because oftentimes, before I was really serious about losing the weight, if I slipped up, if I ate an ice cream bar or something, if I went to McDonald's, which I don't go eat fast food very often anymore, I would get so angry with myself, and I would put myself down and I would talk negatively to myself. But if my best friend were to come to me and say, hey, I've been working so hard to lose weight, and I've been really focused and determined, and I slipped up and I ate, this thing that I think is unhealthy for me, I would be like, girl, that's okay. You are meant to eat unhealthy things sometimes. Like, you are a human. You're not just meant to eat plain carrots and grilled chicken for the rest of your life. That's not how it works. And I would be supportive of her, and I would tell her it's okay that 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 mess ups doesn't mean that you've failed. Your mess up today doesn't take away all the progress that you've made and all the hard work you've put in the past. And so learning to be kinder to myself was something that has been really hard. Of course, we're our own worst critics, but it's something that was critical to me being able to lose weight and to keep it off. Another thing that was really important for me, I usually in the past, before I was successful with weight loss, would always say, oh, I slipped up. I'll start again next Monday. Or I would take eating junk food or not working out or missing one thing as being a failure. And what I've really come to realize, because you hear it over and over and over from people, that weight loss is a lifestyle. It's not just a one-day change. And I always thought to myself, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I totally get it. But I didn't. I really didn't understand it until now. What I understand it to be now is that you don't go to the gym and exercise so hard and put in so much effort and work to like not reward yourself. It shouldn't be seen as a reward to eat something that's not healthy. It should just be seen as absolutely normal. Now there's a difference, of course, between having a piece of cake or a burger or something once or twice a week and then having it every single day and calling it like, oh, it's normal lifestyle. There's a complete difference. But my point is, I used to take eating one bad thing or missing one exercise day as an excuse to just completely throw myself off the wagon and justify eating 10 more tacos. Like, oh, I've already eaten 3, so I'm screwed already. I might as well screw myself over more and eat 7 more. That was a mindset that I had, and it was a mindset that was not healthy, not realistic for my life, and did not work. And instead, what I've realized is to be very conscientious about what I'm consuming, what's going into my body, how it makes me feel, and trying to be a forward thinker and say, hey, Meg, yeah, you ate 3 tacos today, but that's perfectly fine, girl, because you're going to go to the gym tomorrow. It's all about finding that balance. It genuinely is. I know it sounds so cheesy when you hear people talking about, oh, it's a lifestyle, you need to find balance. And I'm going to keep getting closer to the camera because I'm trying to emphasize my point, but you can totally do this. It's really just about believing in yourself and your ability to have a better future and to make tomorrow better than your yesterday was. And knowing that just because you ate like 5 Oreos after dinner and you told yourself originally that you wouldn't, that it's still going to be okay. You have to know deep down and be confident in yourself enough to know that you're going to be able to get out of bed tomorrow and you're going to be able to make healthier choices for yourself. That's something that I really had to learn. One thing that I really struggled with, or I guess 2 things, I don't know at this point if I've inserted in the before and after photos or if I was too scared to insert them, which is totally fine. Like I wouldn't be upset with myself if I didn't, but I feel so much shame about the person I used to be. And I say the person I used to be, but the reality is I'm still that same person. I'm a changed person, but it's still Meg who was overweight. It's still Meg who let herself get to be 220 pounds. It's still Meg who would cry inside of dressing rooms because she hated her appearance so much. It's still Meg who would DoorDash, Taco Bell and eat like 6 tacos and nachos and those cinnamon stick ordeal. That's still me. And I think I have shame over that. And it's something I'm trying to learn to let go of because it's not healthy for me. I am a different person, even though that's still me. I'm a much different person. I'm a much stronger person. I'm a much more confident person. I'm a much better me. I'm a much happier me. I'm a much more stable me. And yeah, I think learning to deal with the shame is what is my biggest struggle going forward. I've learned how to consistently go and exercise. I've learned how to find exercise that I enjoy. I've learned how to make exercise fun. I've learned how to eat well and enjoy eating well. I've learned all of that. I've consistently been able to maintain that. I've changed my lifestyle, but I'm still working on changing what's in here. So yeah, that's something that I'm working on, and I thought I would be honest about it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. perhaps, if you like this, I could make a series about it. I want to be more open about my weight loss and my mental health and all of that stuff. I want to talk about it because I feel like they're important topics. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. Ciao.